So we had a good question from one of our students, Jindy, about the difference between BIAB and IBX. So, so I answered tongue in cheek that we would cover it, but that it was like asking the difference between a cat and a buffalo. And what I meant by that is that cats and buffaloes are both animals, but they've got very little else in common. And so IBX is a strengthening treatment, and BIAB is something we use when people need strong nails. But again, they've got very little else in common.
Yeah.
So, rather than talk so the way that IBX works is that it is a very, very thin, volatile molecular structure. So it's very loose, and you paint it over the nail, and then you heat it. And because IBX contains both monomers and jojoba and avocado oils, and jojoba and avocado oils are used a lot in skincare too, because heat makes them saturate, it makes them sink in. So they're often used as carriers with skincare because the heat of your skin draws the active ingredients into your skin. And it works the same way with IBX. So you paint IBX onto the nail, you heat it, and that means the avocado and jojoba start to soak in, and they take the monomers with them. So now you have the product inside the nail, and then you cure it in a lamp, and the molecules all tighten like we've talked about, and so they all tighten, and they become solid, and they are like a cousin of gel polish, which makes them like a cousin of BIAB. But it is a solid, like it is a network of monomers or oligomers inside your nail, and they kind of have wound their way around your nail cells. That is like having reinforcing steel in a concrete wall. Like the walls of your local supermarket are made of concrete, but they are full of a network of steel pipe or steel rods, to keep the concrete strong at that mass. And the steel rods can't make a wall by themselves, and the concrete can't make a wall by themselves. Mm-hmm. And so the IBX is a reinforcing product inside your natural nail, and it never soaks off. It's there forever, but you do backfill it to make sure that it is there forever. It will grow out. So it is used for adding strength to the natural nail. It doesn't change the nail and make the nail strong. The nail cells are dead. You can only create a healthier nail or grow a healthier nail with things like cuticle oil, and supplements in your diet and stuff. But it makes your nail behave stronger. And so I can understand Jindy's question in relation to that explanation, because BIAB also makes your nail behave like a stronger nail, but BIAB is on top. So IBX is inside the nail, and it is for reinforcing the natural nail. It is not as strong as BIAB, but it doesn't need to be, because it is with the nail. It is making the nail stronger. So you've got those two forces working together. With IBX inside the nail, you can put anything on top. So you can do extensions, you can use hard gel, polygel, liquid and powder, dipping systems, like a traditional polish, gel polish, BIAB. You could put BIAB on top. Generally, you can put IBX on anyone, but because you want to be able to top it up, I don't usually, if I put it under extensions, I know I'm going to be backfilling the extensions, and I know the new nail growth is going to be strong and also covered in extension or covered in BIAB. So I don't usually choose to use it hand in hand with something I'm going to backfill. I see it as a kind of a waste of time, unless someone has really, 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 really weak and damaged nails. You could use it together. But yeah, so then on the flip side, BIAB is also making your nails behave strong. But it's on top of the nail. It is what you're wearing on the nail. The only thing you can add to it is a polish, and you have to backfill it. But like IBX is not increasing the thickness of your natural nail. BIAB is. They both need to be backfilled, but IBX you could go 3 months and not backfill it. It would just grow out. BIAB needs regular maintenance. IBX is quicker, so also cheaper, but then also doesn't change the look of your nail. So you get what you pay for, I guess, in that regard, in terms of aesthetics.
I think maybe the reason you'd consider using like one or the other is if you had a client with weak, flexible, natural nails, IBX would be good for them, and builder in a bottle would be good for them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of another analogy, that IBX is kind of like us taking supplements or vitamins. It goes into us and makes us better that way, whereas like wearing a cool outfit, you wear it on the outside, but it's not affecting your permanent biological, physiological health.
Other than the fact that IBX is still only adding strength to dead nail cells and not changing the new nail growth. No. I completely agree with your analogy.
And like one's for like supplementing and one's for like looking
aesthetics
cool
as
and
well
doing
too.
other things. Yeah. But in terms of in a nail service, because you could, if your client was coming in and they're just getting a regular gel polish service, but they have weak, thin, flexible, brittle, breaking natural nails, you could upgrade them to a BIAB overlay, and that will help them, or you could upgrade them to IBX, and that would also help them.
Yeah, so gel polish for me is $55. IBX the first time is $15, so that's $70. BIAB with gel on top is $70. But then IBX to top it up is only $5 a time, so that would be a total $60 service, and BIAB would still be a total $70 service to maintain. Mm-hmm. So you've got, my clients would be considering a price difference. Some people don't like the thickness of builder in a bottle on their nails, even though it's not particularly thick, it's still thick to them, so they would be better with IBX. People who have their natural nails, like I have some clients that come just for IBX.
Mm-hmm. If they were wanting to grow their natural nails out, I think definitely builder in a bottle, that would protect the nail, and it is a buildable strength. When IBX, it's a bit more one size fits all. It'll boost the strength and health, but it's not more is more. It'll actually become brittle and start to break more. I think
for people wanting to grow their nails out, it's depends on the, like, so for a nail biter, BIAB. But for someone who just needs like a smidge more in reinforcement to help grow their nails out, IBX could be enough. Like if you can grow them but sometimes they break or sometimes they tear, IBX might be enough. And for someone who has other reasons for not wanting BIAB, then like price or thickness or whatever, then I would go IBX. But if someone can't grow their nails, or they always have a break and their nails are never the length that they actually really want them, BIAB.
BIAB solves almost all, but IBX is jolly wonderful.
Yeah,
as well.
Like because I've got a lot of clients that are gel polish only, and probably half of those clients are IBX. And there's no reason for me to encourage them to upgrade to builder in a bottle because it's working. IBX and gel polish is enough for them. Yeah. So it's just options, but they are very, very different. They're not a direct comparison. They just serve similar clients.
I think there might have been a little confusion because they're both funny acronyms that don't mean anything, like BIAB and IBX.
Yeah.
Like that's, yeah.
Well, they're both things for strength. They're both things for people with weak nails, but they're things for very different people, and they behave very differently. So when you ask what's the difference is astronomical. But the end result is similar-ish. Yeah. But the products are very, very different to each other. Yeah.